This is my little my closet, which is perfectly normal. If I start down here, going through the whole thing, I mean, you gotta trust me on this. I've never heard of rummaging through a man's closet and let the public see what's in his closet. I just never thought about it. This here is SBB camo, more camo, 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 camo. Well, what can I say? I mean, there's a lot of, there's a lot of camo. I mean, what I'm trying to say. On this side, not so much. The old white t-shirt, my high school and college days, that's all I ever wore. White t-shirts, a lot of Under Armour stuff. That's good. Over here's the dress section. The dress section is not that voluminous. It's rather narrow, but if I have to like dress up, like they say, you know, you don't want to go up there, you know, we don't want to offend anybody and all this stuff. Okay, so I reach over in the fine rack. This is the fine rack. Most of these are, well, more camo. More camo, pretty well hard to get around. I mean, there's most of it. This is my bag, ready to go. We're 2 days out. Some of the things, you always need a saw. You have to have a saw with you at all times when you're duck hunting. This goes with me when I duck hunt. Gotta have it. Don't leave home without that. Never leave home without stout string. You can make you a shelter in a matter of minutes. That was when they came up with nylon string, that was a great technological breakthrough. Pull limbs over, tie them down. You got string, they won't go back. You pull them over, they'll go, shoo. You pull them over like this, tie them down, you're hidden. Disappear. Bottled water, I remember when they didn't have bottled water. That was thinking. Bullets, choke tubes, stick in your shotgun, open bore, modified, full choke. Gotta have them. Extra bullets, extra flashlight, extra reeds, extra duck calls. You open up the front. These are what you call necessities. What is that down in there? Yep, spark plugs. Pop, 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 pop. Motor quit running. Well, boy, if I had a spark plug, we'd get out of these woods. But I don't have one on me. And I'll say, I do. I just happen to have some. So with things like that, one has to have various kind of fluids, hand cleaner, rope, beard wax. Ha! My son came up with that. Anti-monkey butt, rough on your posterior end. That right there fixes you right up. I'm 71. I never purchased any of this. All these clothes. I've never purchased clothing in my 71 years on the earth. Not one piece. Miss Kay, I ran up on her, she was 14, and she started buying all my clothing in high school, through college, up to present day. Al went to Russia. He got me this thick coat. Russian, all the way from Russia. I've never worn it. Boy, that is solid. Whoa. That is a coat. Most of all, somebody asked me why do I wear the same clothing all the time. They don't know that I have a vast array of clothing here, 2 rows of it. But most of it, these are all my pants. So most of it seems for some reason to look alike. But one thing I know, 1 Samuel 16:7, man looks at the outward appearance and makes a judgment on that. God looks at the heart. Don't forget that. Clothes do not make the man. No. In here. This is what makes a man. In here. I wore this one 20 years. Up until this year. A little tattered. But I wore this one for 20 years. It was never washed in 20 years. Never saw a washing machine. I wore it. It has a lot of wool in it. I don't know where it came from. I mean, who made it? But this, the color is amazing. That is the color you want. But it's getting some pretty good holes, but still worthy of wear. For some reason, I just can't let it go. You hang right there, old friend. Close combat. Keep something handy. I'm not paranoid, but I am prepared. This is way overkill, but I'm just saying you don't need near about all this. I mean, 2 racks, 10 foot long on both sides. A little bit much, but most of this was just given to me, sent to me. So what are you gonna do? I give a lot of it away to rednecks and stuff. I noticed people sort of stared when I was on the streets of like New York City. They would kind of stare when I walked by. What they were looking at is I actually did not blend in like I would in the woods. I actually stood out more on the streets of New York. Instead of blending in, I stood out because I had camo on. It wasn't conducive to camouflage clothing, the streets of New York City. So, fortunately for them, the New Yorkers, I was just passing through. I certainly wasn't going to stay long. A few commentaries on the Bible. I don't use them much, but from time to time I'll read them. Now that one was shot. Had a band on his leg. The guy with me sent him to me. Big old mallard drake. That's pretty cool. But that concludes the first time in my 71 years we've ever had a closet unveiling. That's it. Nothing to get too fired up about, I would think. Adios.